Hello, everyone. This is Jordia Heron again, and I am coming to you to talk to you about indecency and obscenity. Basically, they're both defined differently. One is covered by the First Amendment, the other one is not. So, I'm going to talk to you today, and we're going to figure out which is covered by the First Amendment of the Constitution and which isn't. So, first things first, let's figure out the actual definition of indecency and obscenity. Okay, for indecency, the definition is that it involves sexual material, but it's not considered graphic, and it is covered by the First Amendment. And it's covered by the First Amendment, meaning it has the First Amendment rights. Um, versus obscenity, that they have more graphic sexual content, more graphic sexual material, and it is not covered by the First Amendment rights. One case that concerns indecency was the FCC versus Pacifica case that took place in 1978. Basically, there was a New York radio station that aired a monologue by George Carlin that was titled Filthy Words. And it used all of the seven deadly words that's technically not supposed to be used on the airwaves, which was shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits. And they also, the radio station also warned listeners, but even still, someone called and complained to the FCC and said that their son was in the car with them and that they felt like something should have been done about it. So the question of the matter was basically, does the government really have a say so over anything that's played over the radio stations like the FCC and stuff like that? And the question is, they actually do. And they also said that there needs to be some type of limited, um, basically in limited circumstances that would need to take place, that considers basically the audience, the time, the medium, the time of day, and the method of how the message is received or how the message is put out there. Basically, obscenity, like we said before, it's not covered by the First Amendment, and it can also be censored by the government. A case that's relevant in this would be the Miller case, basically Miller versus California in 1978. Miller was a guy who was advertising the sale of adult material. And they wanted to know, people wanted to know, is this constitutional? Can he necessarily do this? And the Supreme Court ruled that there is something called the Roth test. And that basically consists of basically these type of things. The average person has to be applying contemporary community standards, and that finds the dominant of the theme of the material as a whole, and it appeals to the purest interests. Basically, if it doesn't comply with any of the stuff like that, it's obscene and that it will be censored. I hope that you guys learned something today. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Bye.